right, guys, welcome back to Ola RC. I'm sorry I haven't been posting for a while. This Colorado wind is just not giving me the time to fly, but we're back on that grind of posting now. So today in front of me, we have the absolutely beautiful Freewing twin 80mm MiG-29. I've flown this a couple times already, but I just want to get a video and some footage to share with you guys. And you know, the usual, go over all the setups, all the rates, everything, CG, all that. As you can see, this model is absolutely gorgeous. It's huge. If I put it up next to myself, it's around as tall as me. So it's definitely a big bird, but it doesn't mean it's sluggish. It has plenty of power. We'll throw a GPS in there today, see what's the top speed we get. But it comes with the new 80mm power system, the 2150 kV motors. So yeah, guys, let's take it up in the air. Let's get a review on it, and I will see you guys.
Alrighty guys, let's talk about how it flies. If you want a jet that can go 130 mile an hour plus, go with the MiG. If you want something that can go extremely slow, go with the MiG. If you want to butter absolutely every landing, go with the MiG. Guys, you get what you pay for in this hobby. This was an expensive jet, but it was well worth the money, and you can definitely see that Motion RC took their time in engineering this and just making it an outstanding EDF. Performance is outstanding. It is an extremely versatile jet. For its size and weight, it can go extremely slow, and those are using two 6S 6000s, so they are bigger batteries and very heavy, and it can still go super slow. That inverted pass, only a little bit of back pressure required on the stick, extremely stable inverted, and as I bring it around here, I'm going to come to a fast pass, and I normally don't do this stuff that low to the ground with bigger expensive jets like this. But the MiG is just so stable, and I enjoy flying it so much. I trust it's not going to do anything crazy or going to the ground, which it didn't. And like I said, guys, it's just really agile, precise jet. It would be good for doing scale maneuvers and also just ripping around at speeds of upwards of 130 miles an hour. Alright guys, now on to the takeoff and landing section of this video. I had a blast filming this content. Even though it was like 8 mile an hour crosswind, it's unaffected by it just because it's such a big jet and it flies so good. As you can see, it just takes off really well, lifts off the ground, and you should have no worries about taking off. The nose steering is a little sensitive. I would recommend getting a nose steering gyro just because it is a little squirrely on the ground. I don't have one in there at the moment, but I do plan to get one just to solve that issue. Landing this jet could not be any easier. I was a bit scared at first, but after learning its characteristics, you guys really have nothing to worry about. Once you drop those flaps, it just settles in a nice nose-up attitude and really just carries its speed and inertia. You can just glide this thing in, and it will just set down very nicely. Coming up now is my maiden landing, and as you can see, I was a bit nervous, but it was an absolute greaser. Like I said, guys, its nose just points up. It settles in really nice. And it does have reverse thrust too. So if you are on a shorter field, you will definitely be able to land this successfully without going off the runway, because that reverse thrust is very effective.
All right, guys, so we have no flat mixing on this model. We're running two 6S 6000s. More on that later, more in the CG and setup and everything. But right now, we're taking off with half flaps. Let's get it up in the air. Back on the throttle, the gear's up, come by, just do a nice, show that belly. It's just really smooth, guys. It's just a gentle flying. All right, we're gonna come by here kind of fast. Full throttle coming in. It scoots, guys. It scoots. All right, we're gonna do another fast pass down the runway here. As you can see, plenty of vertical. Plenty of vertical. It's not even topped out yet. We're just going to come out of that. So I glide. Like I said before, guys, this MiG-29, it has been out for a while, but this new power system is just an absolute game changer. I do not have thrust vectoring, unfortunately, but I plan to upgrade on that soon. Let's get a show pass, full throttle. Absolutely beautiful, guys. Up. All the way up. Shot that throttle around. And coming back down. So gorgeous. Alright guys, let's show you how this thing lands. We'll get a touch and go or two in here. Alright, the gear coming out. There we go, I see all three. Alright, circling around. Landing flaps coming in now. A little bit of a crosswind, but big jet. And up she goes. Flaps up, gear up. It's a really nice touch and go. Alright. Come by, pull it up and over. Really nice flyer. Alright, we're gonna come in. We're gonna do another fast pass here. Show you guys the speed envelope on this sucker. And up, and around. There we go. Alright guys, we got 40 seconds left on our time. Just be quiet listening to this. Alright, so we got 30 seconds, so let's bring around, do a gear pass here, and then we'll bring it in to land. Excellent flying plane, guys. I'm just really impressed. Alright. Lock your gear down. And it sounds absolutely amazing with those two 12 blades in there. Oh, you just can't think of a better sound. Alright, bring it around. Alright, we're turning final. Keep that power up in turns. Flaps coming in. All right, guys, so that just concluded the first flight of the Freewing 80mm MiG-29. Now let's take it back up again, run a couple more packs through it, give you my thoughts, and then bring it back to the bench. Alrighty, guys, there we have it, the Freewing MiG-29 twin 80mm, just an absolutely gorgeous and beautiful jet. We are going to go get into the CG, rates, setup, gear, all that nitty-gritty stuff here in a little bit. But I just want to talk to you guys about the flight just because it flies so well. As you saw, guys, I'm just really impressed with this jet. Bigger flies better. Obviously, it applies here. Let me show you how big it is. It is a lot bigger than I initially thought. But yeah, it's pretty big. I wish I could flip it around, but it doesn't. And yeah, so we're going to get into the setup, CG rates, all the intricate stuff here right now.
So onto the rates, my ailerons are 85% with 30% expo, and then onto my elevators, they are 90% with 30% expo as well. And for flat mixing, there is no flat mixing. As you saw, it doesn't need it, so there is no flat mixing. All right, now let's go over what is under the canopy. So I have two 6S 6000s. That first one is shoved all the way back. That second one is just plopped right in the middle there on that third battery strap. I am running an AR830T receiver, and you can run 4000s if you put the 4000 up in that front and then all the way in the back and then put your receiver in the middle. So it's very versatile, but I like the 6000s just because of the flight time. All right, guys, now onto the gear. The front gear doors are spring-loaded, which I'm not a huge fan of, just because my 90mm F-18 did have some problems with those spring-loaded gear doors, but these ones seem to close and open just fine, extremely smooth, so honestly, no complaints there as long as they get the job done. The mains are extremely soft with that oleo suspension. Same with the nose wheel. They are 90-degree twist and turn retracts, and those gear doors do not take that long to close, which is good. Props for Freewing for that, because normally they take a while and it is kind of annoying. But the gear are very solid. Nose gear suspension is pretty good. Honestly, I don't see any problems with the gear whatsoever. When it comes to looks and features, there's only two things I dislike, and it is that it only has 3 lights, the 2 wingtip lights and that landing light, and that the nozzles are foam, so they can get dinged up pretty easily if you like hit the ground on takeoff. Other than those two things, it is a beautiful jet, and I don't really have anything else to complain about.
Alrighty, guys, that concludes the entire video. Review, flight, setup tips, everything you need to know for the Freewing MiG-29. I hope you guys really enjoyed watching this video. I hope you found it helpful, and stay tuned because I got a whole hanger of jets to get through for these reviews. All right, guys, stay tuned for the next one. Ola RC is out.